여러분들 책 읽는데 많이 시끄러울 거예요. 지금 공사 중이어서 친구들도 같이 내려왔어요. 그럼 읽어볼까요? 안녕. 마틸다. The Trunchbull. In the interval, Miss Honey left the classroom and headed straight for the headmistress' study. She felt wildly excited. She had just met the small girl who possessed, or so it seemed to her, quite extraordinary qualities of brilliance. There had not been time yet to find out exactly how brilliant the child was, but Miss Honey had learned enough to realize that something had to be done about as soon as possible. It would be ridiculous to leave a child like that stuck in the bottom room. Normally, Miss Honey was terrified of the headmistress and kept her away from her, but all at this moment she was ready to take nobody. She knocked on the door of the dreaded private study. "Enter," boomed the deaf and dangerous voice of Miss Trunchbull. Miss Honey went in. "Now, most teachers are chosen because they possess us numbers of fine qualities. They understand children and they have the children's interests at heart. They are sympathetic. They are fair and they are safely interested in education. Miss Trunchbull possesses none of these qualities, and how she ever got her present stuff was a mystery. She was sort of a most formidable female. She has once been a famous athlete, and even now the mascots ourselves clearly in advance. You could see them in the full neck, in the vague shoulders, in the thick arms, in the sinewy wrists, and in the powerful legs. Looking at her, you got the feeling that it was someone who had in iron bars and fierce raspberries in the house. Her face, I'm afraid, was neither the thing of it is nor a joy of forever. She had enough sun, a square mouth, and small round eyes. As for her clothes, they were, say, her less strongly odd. She always had a brown cotton smock, which was pinched round the waist with the white leather belt. The belt was fastened in front of the enormous silver buckle. The massive things which emerged out of the smoke were concealed in a pair of extraordinary breeches, bottle green in color and made of coarse thread. These breeches reached to below the knees, and the folds fell down the sporty green stockings with turnip tops, with laser cap. Muscles perfection on which she wore flat silks round lungs and with leather flaps. She looked, in short, more like a rather Hendrix and the bloodthirsty swallow of sad sounds and the mistress of a nice school for children. When Miss Honey entered the study, Miss Trunchbull was sweating as if beside her huge desk with a look of scoffing in the passions on her face. "Yes, Miss Honey," she said. "What did you want?" "So you are looking very flushed and flushed in his body. What's the matter with you? Have those little stickers been licking at you?" "No, headmistress, nothing like that." "Well, what is that? Get on with it. I'm a busy woman." As she spoke, she reached out for herself a glass of water from a jug that was always on the desk. There's a little girl in my class called Matilda Wilmot, Miss Honey began. That's the daughter of the man who owns Wilmot's motors in the village, Miss Trunchbull barked. She hardly ever spoke in a normal voice. She interrupted and shouted, An excellent puzzle, Wilmot, she went on. I wasn't there only yesterday. He sold me a car, almost new, only done 10,000 miles. But his owner has an old lady who will take it out guns at the most. A fixed wagon. Yes, I like to Wilmot, a real teller of our society. He told me the dollar was bad, not enough. He said so, oh sure. He said it of if anything had ever happened in the school. It was certain to be his daughter who did it. I haven't met the little red yet, but she'll know about it when I do. Her father says she's really worth. Oh no, Miss Russell can't be right, Miss Honey cried. Oh yes, Miss Honey, it burned where it's right. In fact, now I come to think of it, I'll bet it was she who put such things bombs under my desk. Her first thing was morning. The place banks like it's over. Of course, here's her. I shall have her for that. You see, if I don't, what she look like? Nasty little one, we found. I have discovered Miss Honey, roaring through my lungs. There is a cheer that the best cheer for is far more dangerous creature than ever. What's more, it's much harder to squashing up. Squashing a bad spur is like trying to squash a blizzard. You bang down on it and the current things isn't there. Nasty dirty things. Little girl, sir. Glad I never was one. Oh, but you must have been a little girl once, said Mistress. Surely you are. Not for long anyways, Miss Trunchbull barked, grinning. I became a woman very quickly. She completely overworked. Miss Honey told herself she's only the house mistress. For once she was not going to be well fitting. I must tell you, mistress, she said, that you are completely mistaken about Matilda putting a stink bomb on the set. I am never mistaken, Miss Honey. But mistress, the child only arrived in school this morning and came straight to the classroom. Don't argue with me, for heaven's sake, Arnold. This little blue Matilda on father's surname is the things from that I study. There's no doubt about it. Thank you for suggesting it. But I didn't suggest it, mistress. Of course you did. Now what is it you want, Miss Honey? Why are you wasting my time? I came to you to talk about Matilda and mistress. I have extraordinary things to report about the child. May I please tell you what happened in class just now? I was supposed to set the fire to use Scott and scorch your sneakers. Miss Trunchbull nodded. No, Miss Honey cried out. Matilda is a genius. At the mention of his word, Miss Trunchbull's face turned softened and her whole body was seeming to swell off like a sprout flux. A genius? She shouted. What fifty you are talking about, madam? You must be out of your mind. I have your father's word for it. The child is a gangster. Father is wrong, mistress. Don't be a turf, Miss Honey. You have met this little bit for once, only half 1 hour, and her father has blown her all her life. But Miss Honey was determined to have her say, as she now began to describe some of the amazing things Matilda had done with arithmetic. So she's learned some favors by her, has she? Miss Trunchbull. My dear woman, that doesn't make a genius. It makes it a part of Paris, but mistress, she can read. So can I, Miss Trunchbull snapped. It is my opinion, Miss Honey said, that Matilda should be taken out of the farm and placed immediately in the top farm with 11 years old. Ha! snorted Miss Trunchbull. So you want to get a reader first, so you can mentor her. So now you want to lose her onto the watch Miss Princess in the top floor where she will cause even more chaos. No, cried Miss Sunny. That is not my reason, so at her. Oh, yes, it is, shouted Miss Trunchbull. I can see right through your little pots, madam, and my answer is no. Matilda stays where she is, and it is up to you and see that she behaves herself. But, headmistress, please. Not another word, shouted Miss Trunchbull. And in any case, I have a rule in the school that all children remain in their own age groups, regardless of ability. Great Scott, I'm just having a little 5-year-old girls practice sitting with the serious ghost with toys in this platform. We never heard of such a thing. We saw this there have the forest class at Knuckleton. There was lots more. She was left like a but she literally knew it was a mess. She said softly, very well, then it's up to you, headmistress. You are not darn right enough to me, Miss Trunchbull bellowed. And don't forget, madam, that we are darling sayers with the silver was who put the stick bomb under my desk. She didn't notice that, Miss Headmistress. Of course she did it, Miss Trunchbull boomed. And I will tell you what, I wish to heavens I was still allowed to use the bridge and spell as I did in the good old days. I've have roasted Matilda's barn for her so she couldn't sit down on her mouth. Miss Honey turned and walks out of a sorry feeling. First, but I now miss about I am going to do something about this child, she told herself. I don't know what it'll be, but I shall find a way to find her in the end. Goodbye! Was it fun? Please enjoy my video and please be my subscribers. Thank you!